It's no secret that sex sells. In fact, it seems that there is a rite of passage that takes place for almost every bubblegum pop star. They go from being sweet and innocent girls to raunchy and skanky women. The material also changes from PG-13 to almost X-rated in the span of a few years. The selling of sex doesn't stop with pop stars. We see this with rap music too, from female hip-hop pioneers like Salt N Peppa, who want you to push it real good, to Lil Kim, to Megan Thee Stallion, to even Cardie B, all shaking their booties and bragging about how good their beeb is. Yet, we listen to these recording artists not understanding how they are indeed black magic women putting their spell on us. I'm going to explain how and why in this video, so please stay tuned. Black magic is often viewed as being evil, sinful, baneful, and used for nefarious purposes. We believe that black magicians commit heinous crimes and use witchcraft and voodoo to bend the laws of nature to their benefit. However, black being considered an evil color is a relatively new concept. In fact, our ancestors believed that the true color of evil was red, and the color black was revered as the color that represented alchemy, redemption, rebirth, and infinite possibilities. The second thing that we need to understand is that sex has devolved over the years. Our ancestors never believed that sex was raunchy or skanky or even taboo for that matter. And lastly, our ancestors viewed sex as just an aspect of our common nature. As a result of this, women were groomed by priestesses. Priestesses such as Freya, Oshun, and Isis to learn about their sexual energy and all the secrets of lovemaking. Hell, there's even a path of enlightenment through lovemaking in Vedic literature known as Tantra. More recently, we see this path of the goddess being played out on Neil Gaiman's American Gods on Stars, with one sole character named Bilquis. She is beautiful, she's sensual, she's alluring, and most importantly, she is black. We see her picking up men and women in bars. She takes them back home where she engages in a love magic ritual that I really can't explain in this video. Let's just say that Bilquis is an old world goddess who gobbles up her worshippers while making love to them. The only problem is that her worshippers become tainted with the sin of shame and sexual repression. This sin and sexual repression is of course manifested through sexually transmitted diseases. As a result, Bilquis begins to deteriorate rapidly because her worshippers are no longer giving her the sustenance that she needs to survive. A new world god known as Tech Boy gives her a phone and a new life, allowing her to meet potential lovers and worshippers. Sadly, her character on the show is derivative of many of the goddesses of yesteryear, who are not only revered for their beauty, but also their sexual prowess. Even now, if we see pictures of these goddesses, they're very sensual and voluptuous and exuding this vibrant energy that is intoxicating. These goddesses were known to put people under their spell. They bewitched powerful men and even controlled entire empires and kingdoms by manipulating them. Men understood that these powerful goddesses were indeed a threat. So what did they do? They created a series of witch hunts where wanton and loose women were burned and whipped and persecuted. They also destroyed the very essence of the goddess. Idols were smashed, temples burned, shrines desecrated, and all the secrets of sex and love magic were commandeered by powerful and elitist men. Worse, the followers of these goddesses were shamed and shunned. And as I discussed in my other videos, shame is used as a weapon of mass control. As a result of this, women became ashamed of their bodies. They became ashamed of their sexual desires. In short, they were being taught that the very essence of who they were was indeed shameful. Now, let's be real here. Sexual repression didn't work well for men either. Sex, once known as a godly and natural act, further devolved into more raunchiness and more skankiness and more dirty sex, and then sex was just used to fulfill a man's primordial desires. And women, without the knowledge of a goddess, became clueless as how to satisfy a man in any other way. And to make matters worse, the more sexually repressed people were, the more power sex had over them. Men, understanding the power of sex, took the whole pimp versus hoe theme to a whole nother level by writing misogynist lyrics and glamorizing their sexual domination in hip-hop videos. Artisans such as Cardie B and Megan Thee Stallion decided that they wanted to cut out the middleman and thus twerk in front of millions of people to make their money. Yet we shame these women. Women who we have never actually seen engage in any of the sexual acts they rap about. Meanwhile, their desirability increases, their power increases, and they make more and more money. As we, men and women, are glued to the screen. Why? Because these women have us under their spell. And that's exactly what a black magic woman does, my friends. She is able to control us through our repressed sexual desires. And the more sexually repressed we are, the more perverse our desires become. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't have any issues with women who sell sex. And let's set the record straight. I have no issues with Cardie B or Megan Thee Stallion. I'm no prude. I don't tell people how to live their life. Hey, I am a live and let live kind of gal. However, I do believe that women don't fully understand their sexuality. As a result, they're using their sexuality in ways that can become dangerously perverse. This limits the skill of lovemaking and the potential of a man or woman reaching the heights of enlightenment through lovemaking. This is exactly what Bilquis was struggling with in the 3rd season of American Gods. She had forgotten that she was indeed a goddess, and that she had to evolve past the point where she didn't have to engage in skanky, dirty sexual practices. She got to a point where she could use sex for what it was intended for, to become enlightened and to become God. This was another video essay by the Modern Mystic. Peace out.